Hello, fans and friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm AstroKara. As a therapeutic astrologer and mindset coach, I'm here to show you how the archetypes of evolutionary astrology can guide you into real transformation. In this video, I'm going to explore the evolutionary purpose of Pluto in the 11th house and how to work with this placement. This is also the generational theme for souls arriving now until around 2043. And this also carries the same energy as our current Pluto in Aquarius that we are each responding to from our own Pluto placements. Pluto represents the unconscious desires of our soul. It shapes our lives, brings us to and through challenges, and pulls us to our growth edge. I encourage you to go back and listen to the Pluto intro video if you haven't already. It's linked in the description. When natal Pluto is in the 11th house, the house of community, belonging, vision, and the future, the soul's evolutionary intention is to individuate from tribal or group expectations, to break free from collective conditioning, and to discover where you truly belong. And there's often intensity here, because the soul is both craving connection and pushing away anything that threatens its autonomy. The 11th house is the field of the future. It's like the moment a bird leaves the nest to test its wings. Not because it's ready, it often isn't, but because something inside says, I'm meant to fly differently than the flock. If you've ever felt like you don't quite fit in, or that groups simultaneously attract you and freak you out, you're tapping into Pluto in the 11th house at work. Pluto here intensifies your need to break old ties and to build a life that reflects your true values, not the ones you've been given. Souls with Pluto in the 11th house often feel a deep desire for authentic community, and yet have a discomfort with and even a mistrust of groups. There's a powerful need to define your own path rather than follow collective norms. There's an internal pressure to break free from expectations of family, culture, or peer circles. And there's often periods of feeling like an outsider, a rebel, or someone who's just wired differently. But it's a lifelong yearning for belonging, but only with people who accept your full truth. And because the 11th house is tied to social structures and the wider collective, Pluto here can magnify fears around being seen, accepted, or simply allowed to exist as yourself. And common fears can include feeling being rejected or excluded if you express your authenticity. There can be a fear of being controlled or defined by group expectations. Even a fear of losing your individuality if you join anything. And there's often a deep fear of being misunderstood or misinterpreted that comes with experiences, real or perceived, of betrayal by friends, communities, or alliances. Think of the teenager who says, I don't want to be like them. I'm going to do this my way. That's the 11th house Pluto impulse. Again, it's also the Pluto in Aquarius impulse. Are you feeling it? And are you seeing this reflected in the collective? There is often a soul memory of betrayal, exclusion, or rejection. And in this life, you may instinctively guard your uniqueness, even from people who genuinely care. But the purpose isn't isolation. The purpose is to discover your kindred souls through the courage to be yourself. With Pluto in the 11th house, you learn who you are by discovering who you are not. And this lifetime isn't about trying to fit in to a pre-existing mold or waiting to be validated by the group. It's about experimenting with friendships, communities, visions, and ideals, and noticing what resonates and what doesn't. It's a process of trying, breaking away, refining, trying again, and evolving your identity as you understand your role within the greater collective. For Pluto in the 11th house, the polarity is the 5th, the house of creativity, self-expression, heart-centered truth, and personal joy. This means that your soul must integrate self-expression and vulnerability in order to bloom in your community spaces. You are here to stand out, not to disappear into the crowd. And the paradox is this: you want freedom, and yet you need connection. 11th house Pluto souls often experience community in one of three ways, but often it's a mix of all. Number 1, withdrawing from groups entirely because it feels safer to be alone. The second, joining in groups but staying on the fringes and never fully letting people in. Or number 3, finding or building communities where authenticity, equality, and individuality coexist. You may attract friendships that challenge your independence, force you to confront your fear of rejection, or highlight where you've been holding back your true self. And these friendships and communities are your mirrors. They reveal the parts of you that want to hide and the parts of you that want to be seen. You step into the world, and the world reflects back to you that they see you differently than how you see yourself. And that reflection helps you refine your identity, not to conform, but to sharpen your inner truth. And the ultimate intention is balance. A self that is authentic and fully expressed, and able to participate meaningfully in relationships and communities that honor your individuality. And this back and forth between withdrawal and connection is normal. It's cyclical, and it's a part of how your soul evolves. So rather than criticize yourself for not fitting in, understand that you are here to find or build aligned communities. So how can you work with Pluto in the 11th house in practical ways? Here are a few things that I would tell to a coaching client. Number 1, honor your individuality without isolating yourself. When you feel the impulse to break away from a group, pause and ask, Am I protecting myself from rejection, or am I honoring my true nature? Awareness is the difference between fear and evolution. Number 2, let your vision evolve over time. Your values, ideals, vision, and goal will shift many times throughout your life. And this isn't inconsistency, it's actually growth. Give yourself permission to change your mind, your direction, or your dreams. Number 3, face your fear of rejection. A lot of 11th house Pluto souls push away friends and community before they can be pushed away. So instead of retreating, try asking, how can I stay true to myself while still letting people in? This is where courage grows. Number 4, use your friendships as evolutionary mirrors. Pay attention to the kinds of people you attract. Outsiders, misfits, visionaries, rule breakers, or those who demand conformity. Each of these are here to teach you something about your own integration process. So ask yourself, who am I in this dynamic? And what part of me is being reflected or activated? And number 5, practice courageous visibility. Being seen can feel riskier than being alone. And it's valid to feel that. But every time you share your authentic voice, you strengthen your sense of belonging. Not the false belonging of conformity, but the real belonging of connection through truth. You don't need permission to shine. Your originality is your purpose here. Pluto in the 11th house is profound. It asks you to confront fears of rejection, betrayal, and not belonging, and to evolve beyond them. It invites you to strip away the groups, beliefs, and expectations that you've outgrown, so that you can step fully into your communities and friendships and future visions that align with your soul. And the reward is powerful. The ability to live authentically, to create meaningful connection and community, to contribute your unique gifts, and to help shape a future that reflects your truth. This isn't about fitting in. This is about belonging without abandoning yourself. If this content is resonating with you, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more evolutionary astrology insights. And I'd love to hear from you. If you have Pluto in the 11th house, natally or by transit, how has this shaped your sense of belonging, community, or individual purpose? Or how has Pluto in Aquarius been showing up for you now? Feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your story might be the lifeline that someone else needs as they are navigating their journey. And remember to be gentle with yourself in the process. You're building your future, one truth at a time. Until next time, take care of you.